Welcome to a Dallas backyard garden. This video is about lemongrass. We will share some information about how to grow this plant very easily in your backyard garden. Lemongrass loves hot weather and it will thrive in the hot summers. I know friends who leave this outside in the winter and it still comes up the next summer. The lemongrass stalks are very easily available in Asian grocery stores. I picked up about 4 for $1 or so. They are inexpensive. Now, the first thing you do is you dip them in a little bit of water just so that the bottom layer of the lemongrass stalk is dipping in water. I had changed the water every 2 to 3 days, and also I left this in a shaded part of my kitchen countertop. What I noticed is that every single one of the stalks that I purchased produced the roots. So it's so easy to get this to root. If I had known this, I would have just purchased one and I would have let it grow. Now on May 26th, this is the progress we made. You can see how many roots just came up. When you buy the stalks, if there are any dead leaves around the stalk, you can remove them so the water is very clean and you do not have debris in the water. After being in the water for about 2 to 3 weeks, these lemongrass stalks have produced roots like crazy. You can see how well these roots have developed and they are now ready to be transplanted outside. And to transplant them outside, we do not need to prep the soil a whole lot. This is the pot in which we are going to transplant the lemongrass stalk. This pot already has good potting soil and good amount of compost. You can see we have grubs in our soil. So whenever I see grubs, I remove them. You need to throw them because they are not good for your plant. They can destroy the roots of your plant, but I always see them. It doesn't matter. I just remove them. As long as your entire pot is not infested with the grubs. This is very commonly seen here in our soil. Now these are the stalks and I'm going to just place them inside the pots. Nothing fancy, just basic potting of these stalks. To pot these, we don't use any kind of fertilizer or anything of that sort. We just directly pot them and you can see that this will do really well. Potted 4 of these stalks. The very next day, I had a very dear friend of mine come to my house and I had given her one of the stalks because they're already rooted so well and she's also growing them in her garden. After planting these stalks, I water them thoroughly. After a few weeks of planting, you can see how well the stalks are doing. Lemongrass loves sun, so it will thrive in summers. I know friends who leave this plant outdoors in the winter months, and if the winter is not very severe, it will come up the very next year. So I'm going to try that this year. This is how a plant is looking after about 3 months of planting. You can see that it has produced a lot of leaves and we are ready to harvest the leaves. We can use these leaves in any kind of tea. You can see the base of the stalk, how thick it is, and it is a pretty healthy plant. You can also dry the leaves of this plant and use them in winter months. Lemongrass is also known to deter mosquitoes and bugs, so it is a good plant to have in your garden. In my hometown, in my home country, this plant grows like a weed. I love the fragrance of this plant and so I've been longing to grow them in my garden. I hope this video has inspired you to grow this wonderful herb in your backyard garden. If you like these kind of videos, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.